welcome to the 70s Film Freak. This is your host, Sarah Reech, and this is our very first episode. Woo! I can't believe it. I am so excited. This has been such a passion project for me, and I love the 70s. I love film, and it's just so perfect. And I love reviewing films and giving my opinion, so this is perfect. This is going to be a mini episode. It's going to be just a little bit about myself and why I want to start this podcast and why I love the 70s. Because you know what? I was born in 1997. So it's a good question. Like, why that decade in particular? And I'll go into it. But first, a little bit about me. So, my name is Sarah Reech. I am 27 years old. Oh my gosh. Um, I feel like COVID took like 3 years of my life. And I should be younger, but in my head I'm younger, but I'm actually 27. So I live in Vancouver, BC, and I'm an actress. I've been an actor for 4 years, and I absolutely love it. It's a tough industry. There's definitely high points and low points, but it's so great to be creative, to be able to be a storyteller, because that's really what it's all about for me. I grew up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and if you're not from Canada, it's kind of like thinking of like America, it's like the Texas of Canada. It's very rural, but there's some big cities there. I grew up in Edmonton, that's the biggest city there. Next to Calgary. I think Calgary actually might be bigger. So Calgary and Edmonton are the two big cities. So I grew up in Edmonton with my family, and I went to Catholic school up to grade 7, or up to junior high, and then for high school I went to an art school called Victoria School of the Arts, and there I studied uh, acting, like theater, and also dance. I studied jazz, contemporary, hip hop, lyrical, and just growing up, I've always been very creative, very interested in arts. I love singing, I love dancing, I love, being an actor. I love just having like eyes on me and being able to perform and entertain people. So that's always been something that's fun for me. But I am of South Sudanese descent. So my parents are very much African parents, and they were like, you need to go to school, you need to get an education. So I do have a degree. I went to McCune University. I have a Bachelor's of Commerce degree in marketing, and I've done some marketing work, but when I really got into like an office job and I was doing like marketing coordinating and social media management, and I was managing a brand that had locations all across Canada, I really didn't feel fulfilled. I felt like there was a big part missing in my life, and that was the the acting side. Even though I was being creative as a social media manager, I just needed to do more and be more involved in the arts. So I moved to Vancouver in 2021, and I was able to sign to an agency, and I've been acting and doing some light modeling ever since. And I've been doing a lot of commercials. That's been really good. And I'm hoping to do I've done some independent films and one TV show, and I'm hoping I can do more films in the future. I'm manifesting it, guys. Can we manifest it for me, please? But yeah, being an actor, it's like people always want to ask, oh, like what have you been in? What have you done? And it's always kind of like a question you don't really want to answer because you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to say everything that I've done, because it either sounds like you're bragging or it sounds like you've done nothing at all. And it's like, oh, I don't know. And like, what if like the person you're talking to doesn't like the brand you worked for or you did a campaign with? Like some of my commercials, I'm like, I don't know, like if people don't want it. Like one of my biggest commercials was for McDonald's, and people are either like, oh my gosh, you've done an international McDonald's commercial, and some of them are like, you've done a McDonald's commercial, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, like I don't know what to say, what to do. So it's, if you ever ask an actor, what have you done recently? And they get all weird. That's why. It's because they don't know what reaction you're looking for, or what reaction you're gonna give to their answer. Um, but yes. So acting, yeah, I love it. I love storytelling. I love being able to dive into a character, and it's a tough industry. Vancouver is definitely like the Hollywood North, and a lot of things film here, but a lot of things that film here are like American TV, and they'll bring American actors here. So the roles that Canadians get is like very little. And I really wish the government would invest more in like Canadian TV. Like for the Canadians listening, like remember shows like Life with Derek and like Naturally Sadie and like Degrassi? Like we need to invest more in that stuff and then cast me in it. Okay, like just create it, fund it, film it, and then cast me to be in it. So, if someone can get that cooking, that'd be really great. Thank you. But yes. What else should I share about myself? Maybe some random facts. Random facts. I was Miss Teen Alberta Globe 2014, and that was my first beauty pageant, and it was so much fun for me. I felt confident and beautiful, and it was a great way for me to become kind of like an ambassador of change in my high school and be involved in my community. And I was doing like charity work, and I was being like inspiration for young girls to keep their grades up, to work hard in school, and to just be a productive member of society. And this year, I competed in Miss Universe Canada. I was a national finalist. As many of you know, if you look at my Instagram, I went to Windsor, Ontario, and I competed for the crown. I did not win, but it was a great experience. It was such a fun 9 days of pageant week, and to be just to be a finalist, a national finalist for Miss Canada is enough for me. Like that was so much fun. We had like exclusive parties. We had like a rooftop party. We all got like so much swag and merch. We got like Canada Goose hats, and the top 26 got Canada Goose vests, and some girls won like designer bags, and we had all these like prizes and like fun moments during pageant week. And also leading up to pageant week, we also got to do a lot of work in our community. I hosted a dance workshop for like mental health, and it was like a whining hips workshop. And one of my friends, Karen, she is from Guyana. She's from the Caribbean. So she knows how to like whine her hips and move her body, and she was teaching us about the art of doing that. And a lot of people in the class they really came to like um support mental health and give that money to the Canadian Mental Health Association. But they're also kind of curious about whining their hips, and it was so much fun. And when you whine, it's a workout. It's a workout. Oh my gosh, I feel like I had like abs after that. I was whining, I was going down low, and my knees were cracking. Yes, these 27-year-old knees, they were cracking. Oh my gosh. I think I wore out my knees when I was 18. When I was 18, I was in a clubbing phase. And I was getting into every club because all my friends were party promoters. And I was in the club dancing. Something that, like, I'm older Gen Z, like, I'm 27, I'm the oldest Gen Z, but younger Gen Z, like, they don't know how fun the club used to be. The club in 2016, 2017, oh my gosh, you don't even know. Like, it was lit. Like, nobody was really like filming anybody like that. There was not too many sections. People were dancing, people were mingling. Like, I was coming out of the club sweaty. Like, I was getting my dancing on. I'd go to Denny's for pancakes, and I'd go with all my friends, and there'd be like some random, like a group of guys there too, and they'd pay for it obviously. I'd go out with $5 and I'd come home with $6. Those were the days. But those days they took my knees. They took my knees because now I can't wind to the ground. And I need to stretch. I need to do some stretching, which leads me to the next fun fact about me. I love fitness. I love to be active. I do biking. I run outside. I do trail running as well. I enjoy swimming, even though I can't really swim in deep water. I love swimming in the pools, like community pools. And I love to be in like the steam room, the sauna. I love lifting weights. This year I got into weightlifting. I actually got a trainer this year for the pageant, and I've lost a lot of weight with her because I gained weight because I was skiing down a mountain, and I fell and I sprained my knee. And when you sprain your knee, oh my gosh, again with my knees, right? So when you sprain your knee, it takes forever to heal. So I gained a little bit of weight with that, and I lost it with the trainer. And weightlifting is like my new fun thing I'm doing right now. I feel really good. I feel strong, and I feel like as a woman, when you feel strong, you feel sexy. You feel like, oh, like look at me, and you see like cut muscle, and like you see like the cuts in your body. You're like, damn, I'm looking good, and it just you feel better in your clothes, and you just have that strength, and I don't know, I love it. I'm feeling really good right now, and I'm definitely gonna keep it up. And yes, I'll give one more fun fact before I go into why I started this podcast. Another fun fact: I'm scared of horses. I hate horses. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I have to say it. I'm very scared of horses because I've had two incidents where they've been scary towards me. So one of them was I was at like a parade with my dad and my siblings, and there was like horses in the parade. And also, what happened to parades? I feel like parades used to be a thing when I was a kid. Like I used to go to parades like at least twice in the summertime. I have not been to a parade in years. Like, what is going on? We need more parades, please. Well, once we have more things to celebrate. Actually, no, I should say that. Life is celebration. We should have a celebration of life parade. Someone get on it, please. Thank you. So I was at a parade and there was horses and there was a camera. Someone had a camera ahead of me and they had the flash on the camera. So they clicked the flash as one of the horses is going by, and I guess it spooked the horse. And the horse went up on its two back legs, and it kind of like it looked huge. First of all, this was the first time I saw a horse in real life. Actually, it was the second time I saw a horse in real life. No, it was the first time. It was the first time I saw a horse. Second time I saw a horse was even scarier, but I'll go into that story next. So the horse gets up on its two back legs and it's in the air. It looks ginormous. The guy who's on the horse, he's like a Mountie, aka like a mountain police in Canada, and he is like kind of like trying to control it, and the horse like turns its body like turns to like put its like back towards where the crowd is, and people are like sitting like on the floor, like on the streets, and also standing like behind people. So the people in the very front row are sitting watching the parade. The horse goes back to where they are and backs up on this old lady's two legs. Yeah, yeah. And chaos exuded. Like people just started screaming and running. My little brother started running. My dad's like, "Get over here! Like, don't run! This is a wild horse." And the police came over and they got the horse like under control. And I'm just looking at this horse like standing on this woman, and I'm like, "Oh my goodness! Like that is terrifying!" And it just looked like this huge creature, and they got to get it down and get it under control. And the ambulance came and like grabbed her, and it was so scary. But like after like all that commotion, they kind of kept the parade going. But my dad's like, "Let's go! Like we can't be here anymore." But just seeing the horse, like it stood up on its two back legs, did a two-step backwards onto an old lady's legs, stomped on her, and then proceeded to do whatever else. Like just proceeded to like continue the parade. That's scary. I don't like how scary they are. Like they easily spooked. They're so big. They stink. Yeah. I'm anti-horse. My other anti-horse story, for grade 6, um, which is I was about 12 years old. So we did like a little camping trip because in Canada, so there's elementary, which is like K to 6, and then junior high is 7 to 9, and then high school is 10 to 12. So I was graduating elementary school, so we had like a little bit of uh celebratory goodbye camping trip for us. And on the camping trip, there was like cabins and there was canoeing and we played in the woods. But one thing that we're gonna do is we did horseback riding. And I'm a fashionable kind of girl. So I'm in the cabin. Everyone else is going to where we are going, or where we need to be to ride our horses. And I'm in the cabin on my own, making sure my outfit looks good because, I'm 12 years old, I have these cute boots. I'm about to ride a horse for the first time. Like, I gotta look good. So I'm styling my outfit. I'm late. End up, finish my outfit. I run to where the horses are. And by the time I get there, everyone has a horse. And the people who are like running the camp, they look at me, they're like, "Oh, there's one more kid." So they're like, "Okay, get that horse in there." And they go in the barn or whatever the hell it is, like that wood structure. And they bring out this big horse and they're like, "Oh, she was just eating, but she's fine. Like, you can ride her." And this horse gave me a look like, "Girl, you're not gonna ride me." This horse gave me a look like, "Try it." And I was like, "Oh no, like what do I do?" So they gave her to me and then she starts eating the grass and they're like, "Oh, when you see her doing that, just pull her head up. Just pull her head up." And I'm like, okay, I'm not sure." So they get me on her. Her name was Vicky, I remember this. And they get me on Vicky. And so there's like a little like trail for us to go on. So we're all on the trail. I'm in the back. So we're on the trail. We're following like the two camp guides and they're on their horses. And all of a sudden, my horse just starts passing people. And I'm like, how did I start from the back? And why am I passing people? And why is Vicky going quick? And all of a sudden, I'm up right next to the camp counselors, like the ride teachers, and they're looking at me like, "Girl, what are you doing up here?" I'm looking at them like, "I don't know. Vicky brought me here." She's walking fast because she wants to run. And she starts like doing like this like, little thing where she tries to like, like get a little faster, and they're like trying to like tell me to like tell her to like, whoa, whoa, like slow down. Like I'm pulling the reins, like, whoa, slow down, like stop, stop, like, telling her to slow down, and she's not doing it. So they're like, okay, let's not have her on a trail today. So they bring us all back to like a little like corral, and we're all in there, and we have big horses. There's a lot of kids, there's big horses, and the corral's pretty tight. They squeeze us all in there, and she starts like rubbing against people, and there's a lot of friction. So there's horse friction going on, and she stands up on her two back legs, and she tries to like get mad, and then she comes back down, and I'm like, oh my gosh, no, 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 no. And I can't, like, she didn't stand up all the way. She kind of like did like a little hop, as another horse is like rubbing against her, and I was like, no, I can't do this. So I jumped off. I told the counselor I didn't want to ride the horse anymore, and I just waited alongside the corral while everybody else rode the horse in the corral, which there was no room to walk around. It was very tight, and it was not fun. But yeah, those are my two horse stories why I hate the horses. One, because my horse was evil and tried to jump while I was on her back and tried to outrun the group. Another one where the horse stepped on somebody. Wow, it got really dark. Got kind of scary. Oh, okay. Um, why did I start this podcast? I started this podcast because I love the 70s. I think the 70s is such a fun decade. I think it was such a decade of, I mean, so many amazing things, and I'll get into it. Um, First of all, it's a decade of creativity. People were encouraged to make art, especially young people, and people were also encouraged to kind of like break away from like the traditional thinking of, okay, go to school, get a job, marry, have kids, and be a member of society. It was more like, what are you passionate about? What makes you feel alive? What brings you joy in life? And hone in on that, focus on that, and build that, because that's what is going to give you a fulfilling and joyful life. And something that was really amazing is that there was a whole new Hollywood era where a lot of independent films were being made. Young people were getting grants and getting money to make films. And it was to the point where like independent films were like rivaling studio films. And it was amazing. And there were so many new directors that emerged in that period, like Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese and George Lucas. And when you have, I'm all for funding young talent. I'm so for that. I love giving people a chance, because when it comes to art, not everybody has a chance to perform with their best ability, because there's obstacles at play and there's barriers, and I really believe in like removing those barriers and giving people opportunities to just play, to try, to be creative, to just start new things, because that's where you get fresh new ideas. So yeah, we need more of that. So I need someone in the film sector of the world, some higher up executive, like start giving young filmmakers more money and start hiring no name actors for big budget films, please, especially period pieces, and don't have they can't have Botox. They can't have Botox, and they can't have an iPhone face. But yes, let's start investing in new talent, please. So also, yeah, best films in the 70s, like Taxi Driver. That's my first film that I'm going to review. That should be up right now, actually. So take a listen to that. It's a little bit long. I'm going to do my reviews shorter, but that one's a little bit longer because it's the first one. And it's a little rough, so be easy on me. And then like The Godfather and Star Wars and Carrie and The Exorcist. Like there's so many amazing films of the 70s. And it's like, whoa, like mind-blowing films. And you're just like, damn, like how did they come up with this? Like how did they make this? And it's just incredible. Music. So many amazing bands in the 70s, like Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, Queen, Jackson 5, and musicians like, oh my God, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye. Let's get it on. Sorry, I had to. Aretha Franklin. Oh my gosh, Queen. Queen. Rest in peace. Al Green, Gladys Knight, Shaka Khan. Like, are you kidding? Like, so many amazing, talented people. And those were all Black musicians because they were killing it in that time. They were just killing it in that time. Like, oh my gosh. There was, also this whole movement of, liberation and freedom. So there was the civil rights movement and Black is Beautiful, which embodied pride in Black identity, heritage, and aesthetics. Wear your afro hair, wear a dashiki, embrace yourself, embrace your culture. And it was also embraced through art and through media. There were magazines made for Black people and there was media being created for them, all for the one purpose of self-love and identity, unity, unity in identity and in the power that is within us. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. I just love that movement. Also, of course, civil rights. Absolutely. Like Martin Luther King, like he was helping out everybody in the 70s. And of course, the sexual liberation, free love, like that's so important for people just to break the stigma around sex in that time and just encourage people to explore their sexuality, but also increase their sexual education and be educated on how to maintain their health and be free and free loving and things like that. So that's so important. Also just the fashion of the 70s. Oh my gosh, like there's so many unique styles where people were encouraged to find their own style that represented who they are. And there was like bell bottoms and like the hippie and bohemian style. There was the hot pants and the mini skirts, and this is like going towards like the sexual liberation and women's lib. That's another thing, women's liberation. Oh my gosh, that was like one of the biggest things in the 70s is getting women out of the kitchen, getting them out of the house, and saying they can be business owners, they can be executives, they can be movie stars, they can be, anything they want to be. And, they can be independent without a man. Oh, yeah. um, but yes, like even like tie dye, and I love like disco fashion and like the flashy clothes and the platform shoes, and I feel like it was so encouraged to like have your own unique style because in like the 60s and the 50s everyone was so uniform. Everybody kind of looked the same kind of way, wore a suit, simple suit or whatever was in fashion, that's what you wore. Like whatever the simple trend was, that's what you wore. In the 50s it was those big skirts. In the 60s it was, like big hair and everyone could do their own thing. In the 70s, you want to have long, straight hair, have it. You want to have a big, beautiful afro, have it. You want to have a bob cut, have it. You want to wear a bunch of eyelashes and makeup, do it. You want to wear no makeup, do it. You want to walk around in 6-inch platform shoes and tight, tight pants and you're a man, do it. Who cares? It's your style. You're free. You're doing whatever you want. You're expressing yourself and it's all good. And yeah, like that's a few reasons why I love the 70s. I think it's a great time for film, a great time for art, great time for liberation and freedom. And I'm so excited to start this podcast and dive into those amazing films of the 70s and do my little review and hopefully provide you some entertainment and some fun facts and behind the scenes. And I really want this to be a collaborative thing. So if you have like a movie you want me to review, let me know. I'll watch it and I'll review it. And I know I'm doing like the top 100 films, but if there's a film that I really love, I'm definitely gonna review it and share it with you guys because I have to. It's a fun thing, and I can't wait to see how this grows and what I do with this. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for listening. This is the end of my mini episode, my introduction, and I hope that you are excited to listen to episodes coming up. And I can't wait to see you all next Tuesday. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great week. Stay happy, healthy, and peace out.